Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk to you about something incredibly simple yet incredibly powerful. Starting your day by counting your blessings and seeing God's goodness. In a world that often moves too fast, where bad news travels quicker than good, and where our to-do lists grow longer by the hour, it's easy to wake up feeling stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. But what if I told you that how you start your morning can shape your entire day? That's right. The attitude you begin with often determines the peace, strength, and joy you carry with you. The way you start your day has a profound impact on how the rest of your day unfolds. Mornings are like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is strong and steady, everything built on top stands firm. But if the foundation is shaky, the entire structure becomes unstable. When you wake up, your mindset sets the tone for your emotions, decisions, and interactions. If you begin your morning feeling rushed, anxious, or overwhelmed, those feelings often carry through your day, affecting your focus, patience, and overall mood. Conversely, if you start your day with calmness and gratitude, you create a mental and emotional environment that fosters positivity and resilience. Our brains are wired to notice what we focus on. So when you train yourself to begin the day with hopeful and thankful thoughts, you're more likely to notice opportunities, kindness, and moments of joy throughout the day. This positive mindset can even influence your physical health by reducing stress levels and increasing your energy. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect, but about choosing where to place your attention. Instead of immediately diving into worries or the demands of the day, starting with a moment of reflection or gratitude helps you regain perspective. This simple shift can change how you respond to challenges, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Ultimately, the attitude and emotions you carry from the moment you wake up act like a compass, guiding your interactions, decisions, and overall experience. This is why the first moments of the day are so important. They can either prepare you to face the day's difficulties with strength or leave you vulnerable to stress and discouragement. Gratitude has the power to completely change the way we see our lives and the world around us. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, our entire perspective shifts from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift helps us move away from feelings of dissatisfaction, envy, or frustration, and instead opens our hearts to appreciation and contentment. It's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others or dwelling on problems, but gratitude refocuses our attention on the positive aspects that often go unnoticed. When you start your day by intentionally recognizing your blessings, no matter how small, you create a habit of appreciation that influences your mood and outlook. This habit can help you become more resilient as you learn to see the good in situations even when things aren't perfect. Gratitude is not about ignoring challenges or pretending life is flawless. It's about balancing those difficulties with recognition of the good things present in your life. This balance fosters emotional strength and peace, helping you to respond to setbacks with patience and hope rather than despair. Psychologists have found that practicing gratitude regularly can reduce stress, increase happiness, and improve overall well-being. It encourages you to live in the present moment, savoring the blessings rather than constantly chasing what's next. Over time, gratitude reshapes your brain to seek out the positive and recognize the support and love that surrounds you. By consciously choosing gratitude, you create a mindset that empowers you to find joy, meaning, and purpose no matter the circumstances. When we take time to recognize even the smallest blessings in our lives, we become more aware of God's presence around us. These small moments, like the simple gift of breath, the warmth of a home, or the kindness of a friend, are often overlooked, yet they carry deep significance. When we pause to appreciate these everyday blessings, it opens our eyes to the ways God is working quietly behind the scenes. It's easy to wait for grand miracles or dramatic signs, but God's goodness is often revealed in the ordinary, consistent details of life. By acknowledging these small blessings, we start to understand that God is constantly involved in our lives, providing, protecting, and guiding us. This awareness helps deepen our relationship with Him, as gratitude becomes a connecting us to His love and faithfulness. When we see God's hand in the little things, our trust grows because we recognize that He cares about every aspect of our lives, no matter how small it may seem. This mindset transforms how we approach challenges too. Instead of feeling abandoned or alone during difficult times, we remember that the same God who blesses us daily is also present in our struggles. This recognition strengthens our faith and encourages us to lean on God's goodness even when life feels uncertain. Moreover, noticing these blessings encourages humility and generosity as we become more aware of how much we have received and are inspired to share with others. Ultimately, recognizing small blessings helps us live with gratitude and a deeper sense of spiritual connection. God's goodness is not limited to only the easy or joyful moments in life. It is present every single day, regardless of circumstances. Psalm 18:24 reminds us to rejoice in the day that the Lord has made, which encourages us to find reasons for joy and gratitude no matter what challenges we may face. This verse invites us to see each day as a unique gift, filled with opportunities to experience God's love and grace. Often, we wait for perfect conditions or major breakthroughs before we allow ourselves to acknowledge God's goodness. But this perspective can keep us from fully appreciating the present moment. God's goodness can be seen in simple things: a sunrise, a smile from a stranger, or a quiet moment of peace. Even during tough times, recognizing God's goodness daily helps us maintain hope and joy when life feels uncertain or difficult. It reminds us that God's presence is constant and unchanging, offering us comfort and strength. This daily awareness also shapes how we interact with others, encouraging us to extend kindness, patience, and compassion because we are grounded in the assurance of God's goodness. When we start to expect to see God's goodness in everyday life, we become more sensitive to His guidance and blessings. It helps us to celebrate progress rather than perfection, and to trust that God is working all things together for good, even when we don't immediately understand how. By embracing the reality of God's goodness each day, we cultivate a spirit of joy and gratitude that sustains us through all seasons of life. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is a powerful practice that builds trust and deepens our faith. When we consistently express thankfulness, especially to God, we are acknowledging that He is at work in our lives, even when we don't see immediate results or understand the bigger picture. This act of gratitude creates a posture of humility, reminding us that we are not in control of everything and that we depend on a higher power for guidance, provision, and protection. Over time, this daily habit trains our hearts to trust God's timing and His plan, even when circumstances seem uncertain or difficult. Instead of doubting or becoming anxious, gratitude encourages us to believe that God is faithful and good, even in the midst of trials. This trust is essential for faith because it shifts our focus from what we lack to what God has already done and continues to do in our lives. It also opens the door for us to receive peace that surpasses understanding, knowing that God's presence is constant. Furthermore, when we practice gratitude, we develop resilience because we recognize that challenges are temporary and can lead to growth. Gratitude helps us maintain hope by reminding us of God's past faithfulness, which strengthens our confidence in His future help. By regularly thanking God, we nurture a relationship that is built on trust rather than fear or doubt. This foundation of trust and faith enables us to face life's uncertainties with courage and confidence, knowing that God's goodness will never fail. Before rushing into the busyness of the day, taking a moment to start your morning with thankfulness can transform your entire outlook and experience. In today's fast-paced world, it's common to wake up and immediately reach for our phones, jump into work, or begin tackling a long list of tasks. This habit can fill our minds with stress, distractions, and worry before we've even had a chance to center ourselves. By pausing first to express gratitude, We intentionally shift our focus from the external chaos to an internal place of peace and recognition of God's blessings. This simple act grounds us, helping to calm our thoughts and prepare our hearts to face the day with clarity and joy. Starting with thankfulness helps us remember that each day is a gift, not just a series of demands or challenges. It creates space for us to acknowledge God's presence and goodness, which can carry us through difficulties and moments of uncertainty. When we begin the day with a grateful heart, we are less likely to be overwhelmed by problems or negative thoughts, because gratitude opens our eyes to the positives and the support surrounding us. It also helps us develop patience and kindness toward ourselves and others throughout the day. This habit doesn't require a lot of time. Just a few moments to reflect, breathe, and say a simple thank you can set a powerful tone. Over time, starting each day this way becomes a spiritual practice that strengthens our relationship with God and equips us to live with greater peace, resilience, and joy.